Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another Fritzy Faves, Fails, and Muzz. I'm anxious to see how this is going to sound, how this is going to look. You know, I've been having problems with the lighting after I moved the studio around because there was like just too much light. My son and I switched rooms, so I gave him what has always been my office and then my studio, and then I moved into his bedroom. So the lighting is probably a little different in this room. This room's walls, as you can see from my background, are a royal blue, and my walls were white, and then I had, of course, the lights, the studio lights coming in and whatnot. But anyway, all right, let's just start out with YSL. These are just two things I wanted to make sure I updated you guys on. I told you guys in the last video that I had purchased a second one of these, and I have it on today. So this is this palette. I forget what this is called. It's their mini clutch, and I don't know what it's called. I will try to put it here so that you know. I'll just grab the other one from right here. So we have two. This in here is the one I put on during that video. The video where I put on the Sephora sale makeup I purchased. And it has more silver, which of course I loved because of my hair. Do I like it better than Lancome's Smoky Chic, which I have said for years was my favorite. It was an inspiration for my own palette, the shades Mary Ellen After 60 and High School BFF, because I loved Lancome's Smoky Chic and I wanted to have those options without the little sparkles. So if you don't like little sparkles that can fall down here or on your cheeks or whatever, you're not going to want either one of these palettes. You may go get my palette called Blessed. It was made to accomplish some things, and one of the things was to get this shine on the lid without sparkle. I have to say that even the fallout on this doesn't look bad. Make sure that you do a double cleanse and then get in the shower and, you know, or else you will have these little tiny sparkles that could hang around even after you've cleansed your face. Obviously, I liked these palettes, this formula, enough to buy a second one. However, I do want to tell you, I do prefer Tom Ford to the YSL. Ooh, don't come for me. I do like the Tom Ford just a little better. So for my lippy ladies that are hunting a lip stain liquid lip, that's what I'm wearing today, and I've been wearing it ever since. And I feel bad because I'm not supposed to be using this. I'm supposed to be using my Natasha Denona lipsticks, and I have. Okay, just like if I'm leaving the house, I'm like, oh, put that on. If I'm going out to dinner, oh, put that on. And that's what I've been doing. I love the color of this. It does get this, you know, where your lips stick together kind of thing if you put on two coats. If you put on one, I don't have that problem. And I need two coats though. If I'm going to put something like this on my mouth, I want to cover the brown spot that's on my lip. So 2 coats is what it takes to get that opacity. And you could put a lip oil, a lip gloss on top of this. It's not going to come off, smear or anything like that, but it won't last as long. Of course, now if you go to Olive Garden, okay, and you get fettuccine Alfredo or something, you know, like the breadsticks and the Alfredo sauce, and you're constantly licking your lips, you will wear it off on the inside. But I mean, this is just a great product. I really love the applicator on here. I think the applicator on this is very good if you want to outline and you have a steady hand. You know, you could use this in place of a lip liner. It's real soft and spongy and angled, and it's just, this is a beautiful product. I really love this. In that video where I told you about the new makeup I bought, I purchased this, okay? But that's not unusual. Whenever I go to Ulta, I usually pick up one of these just because I love this little $5 mascara from Essence. It's Lash Princess. It does a good job. It's like traditional wand, gives real oomph to your lashes, and I really like it. And I love the packaging. I think this is adorable. But I did not like their lash primer. Now I looked it up and there's 3, including this new one. This is theirs in the Lash Princess line. So I was curious. Even though I did not like the one that's in the pink tube, I wanted to try this because, you know, Essence has other mascaras besides this, and, you know, they're okay. They're not anything that I would write home about. So I wondered, will this be better and make me happier? And it does. In fact, I have Lancome's Cils Booster XL on this side today, and this on this side, just because I wanted to know. For some reason, though, this is green. So you can look down in there and see it, the stuff, the primer itself is green. It's not this brush. And I looked on Ulta's website. Is that some ingredient that's good for your lashes? I didn't see that. If you know, I guess you could put that below so we all know. But coming off the cuff, no. And these two work really good together. So if you're looking for a drugstore primer and L'Oreal's is even too much for you, try this. This one here is not too bad. I think I've used this 4 times now. The second time on the one I didn't like that was in the pink tube, it acted up on the other one they have. So I feel pretty confident that if I used this 4 times already and it's not behaved badly or didn't get all glommed up, it's going to be okay. I have 2 new lip things here. Both were sent to me. This was sent to me by Clarins, and this is their new water stains. So now this one here, let me show you. These smell good. I like how they smell. This is a rosy color. This one of the 4 doesn't stain as much. But these 2 pinks and the red, they absolutely do. You would just put this on, let it set and dry, and when it dries down, it stains. And it's going to stay a good long time. I put these on my hand to swatch them. Let them set for a little bit. And then I wiped them off, and I took this picture for Instagram, and look at this. This is the stain that was left behind. And I want to tell you, on the mouth, they didn't last 4 days. I mean, they work really good as a lip stain. They do stain. But thank goodness they didn't actually last as long as it did on my hand. On my hand, not this one, but these 3, they were on there for 4 days, and I was worried. I really was. I was worried. I thought, oh my gosh, what if I don't want that on my mouth for 4 days? Fortunately, it didn't last that long. But let me tell you what I did. First, I used soap and water. It didn't remove it. Then I thought, I got you. I used Lancome Bifacol, which you guys know has been forever and a day my favorite eye makeup remover. It removes anything. No, it did not. 4 days of getting my hands wet and them just hanging around like that. So maybe don't be swatching them on your hands unless you don't care. I think it's a good product. If you're going to get it, what I would suggest is putting a thin coat on, letting it dry, put on another thin coat. Because if you just go full on with it, it will take it a little bit to dry down. You could get it on your face. There's something about the mouth that doesn't retain the stain as long as your skin does. And then bareMinerals sent me the whole line of their new lip oils. These feel fantastic. I'm going to put this one on. I've been putting this one on. As you can see, it's kind of clear, even though it's pink. They have darker ones, but these 2 are my favorite. And I want to show you the brush, because if you look through this, it's all fuzzy. It's like,
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a doe foot. I didn't even think that out. I didn't think what that might rhyme with.
Seriously?
You could see as I brought this up with the fuzzies all around the clear one, how soft that doe foot is. In my book, bareMinerals is like right up there with some of my favorite lip products. So you know that that's good. I've been hanging on to this box, okay? Before I throw it away, I just want to show you, I appreciate whoever did the marketing. Look, it's like minimal, just a white box, but I love the stuff it says on it. First of all, right on the front, 20% vitamin C, ferulic acid, green tea, shiitake mushroom, and hyaluronic acid. The stuff on the side, it says, take the stairs, make someone laugh, full body hug, clean out the drawer, refrain from complain, do something scary, make a decision, celebrate your birthday, ask for a favor. So I was just like, this is original, unique packaging, and I liked it.
It was like cute meets minimal. I'm a little tongue-tied.
Cute meets minimalistic meets clean meets. I just appreciate it. I need to stop accepting skincare I can't afford, because now I love this product. And I can tell you, I personally am not the person who's going to pay this much for vitamin C, but I know that some of you are. This is from a company called In Your Face. This woman's name is Denise. She wrote me a little note here. She just wants me to know that their products are botanically rich, farm fresh, small batched. Their essences are 100% plant-based. Marine Pearl Cream was what they asked me if I wanted to try. I'm like, nope, because I have an abundance of creams right now. Much more interested in your vitamin C, but this whole booklet is full of all the products they have. And I want to point out, because a lot of companies will send you things because they want you to talk about them, obviously. But I mean, that's a prerequisite for getting the product, that you're going to say something. So I always tell people, I'll put them in this video, because this video is called Fritzy, Faves, Fails, and Muzz. So yeah, you'll be in this video somewhere. I can't guarantee you where it'll be. You're either going to be a favorite, a fail, or a muzz. Every great once in a while, you get a company that is like, you don't have to talk about our product. We just want to see if you like it. And that was the case with this. So I don't think that they're expecting me to talk about it, but I really do like it. I'm going to be sad when this is gone. This is a wonderful vitamin C. This is a glass bottle that this is in. One pump. I'll show it to you. That's one generous pump. Well, the smell of it isn't off-putting, but it's not like it smells like oranges. It smells okay. It doesn't put me off like some things do. Like, it doesn't smell like hot dog water. I can't stand it. I'll see if I can maybe get a code for you. Maybe that will help. Okay, but I think this is $72. Don't quote me in case I misspoke, but good stuff. So ever since I've used this glass skin veil mist, which, you know, technically I guess isn't really a setting spray. It can be used as a setting spray, but you know, you can use this all day. It's good for your skin. The reason I'm telling you that is because they have a glass skin ginseng collagen mask, which I tried this and then I thought, oh yeah, I bet this is expensive. I'm thinking in my head, Lancome Genifique mask, you know, price range or whatever. I was shocked to find out that this mask is like $8. I'm like, what? You're kidding me. You can sleep in this mask. And I tell you, if you are a back sleeper, it'll stay on your face. It will. You can use this as like a 10-minute refresher, or if you want an overnight treatment, you can do that too. It's different in that it changes to clear. Like it's thick, but then the longer you wear it, the more translucent it becomes. It says smooth and firm, nourish and soften, plump and hydrate. It's got 9 peptides and a hyaluronic acid complex, fermented extracts and lipids, 2% niacinamide and centella, 2% ginseng, a white, opaque, heavy mask. Treat the skin for 30 minutes to get an immediate glass boost before a big event. Full treatment, wear for 3 hours or until the mask becomes clear. The concentrated premium ingredients will fully melt into your skin, delivering an ultimate glow. This is true. Or 3 next day glass skin. Leave it on overnight and wake up to real long-lasting glass skin that doesn't wash off. 25 ingredients to fuel your glow. Would I buy this? Heck yes, and it's only $8. It's good stuff. Love Peach and Lily. How did I miss that City Beauty had a collagen powder? Oh no. I don't know how I missed that. That's what I'm drinking in here. I drink one every day. They sent it to me, obviously. I didn't even know they had it. So I just pour it in the water bottle. And actually you're supposed to pour it in 8 ounces, but if you pour it in 16, it still tastes good. However, now I do want to tell you, you know how a collagen drink has this gritty kind of taste to it? It is there, but it still tastes good. If you set it down, it's going to settle. So before I take a drink, I do that. And I like it. It tastes peachy and berry-y.
That's not a word.
Which is good, because that's what it says it is. The first day that I tried it, I was like, I taste the collagen powder in it. But the flavoring makes it acceptable to me. I normally can't. The reason I'm telling you all of that is because if you get it, I want you to know, and you do like me, and you put it in this and then you set it down and you like sip on it, you need to shake that up every time you want to take a drink. Don't put it in this, because you can't shake this up. And you're going to have a whole bunch of sediment at the bottom that when you drink it, then, you know, you need to put it in a water bottle so that you can shake it up. My high school BFF would rat me out if I tried to act like, for some reason, I don't have a problem with skillets. Like, we go out to dinner, and after we go out to dinner, we always have to go to TJ Maxx. And you might find this hard to believe, but I'm not looking at makeup. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there to look at skillets. I don't know what my obsession with skillets is. I've got too many skillets. But this one I have to tell you about because I've been eyeing this skillet for a long time. This is from Viking. The reason that I've been eyeing it is because it looks similar to me on the inside as those Hexclad. You know, have you not been bombarded with Hexclad? I'll tell you about something else I've been bombarded with lately because I've been listening to true crime. And while I'm listening to that, because any kind of documentary or anything like that, I can play a game while I'm listening, right? Two kinds of ads are hitting these games. One I'll talk to you about in a minute. The other is that Hexclad skillet. And I want that thing so bad. And I thought, oh, you know, there's this skillet over at the TJ Maxx. I mean, look at that. This is a fail, by the way. Looks kind of like it's the same deal as a Hexclad. And I think, okay, this is going to be my omelet skillet. Yeah, no. The first time that I made an omelet in here, it stuck. This makes wonderful hamburgers, but you can just pretty much guess that everything is going to stick. If you like Viking, you need to treat this puppy like it's a cast iron skillet and season it. I wanted a really good non-stick skillet that I could make an omelet in and flip the sucker, and I didn't have to worry about it sticking and yeah. So that's my experience with Viking. I don't like it. I'm sorry I bought it. It was only $30, you know, at TJ Maxx, but I'm sorry I bought it. I didn't like it. If you got suggestions for a really great, long-lasting
non-stick stick.
Spit it out!
Stick, you know, I'm running out of room for skillets. I just don't like it. It seems like every skillet that I've got since I was a kid, once a year, you have to buy a new non-stick thing. At Christmas time, my niece, Brooke, you've heard me talk about her before, she got Birkenstock sandals for Christmas. And, you know, Birkenstock is kind of expensive. I used to wear Birkenstock all the time when I worked at the hospital. I had the white clogs. Oh, yeah. Okay, love Birkenstock. I have not had any Birkenstocks since I left the hospital. Anyway, so she gets these shoes, these sandals, and I tried them on and I loved them. And so I went and I got a pair just like them. And then they had to go back because they weren't hurting like my arch. That's where a lot of people have a problem with Birks. It hurts their shins when they walk, their arches, but it was hurting around the toe. So I knew I was going to need something that was not around the toe. So while I was at Amazon, I swear, these cookies at all these websites, telling on you everywhere you go, it starts showing me Birkenstock alternative brands. And I wondered, maybe these are good dupes. You know, I mean, people have probably torn Birkenstocks apart, figured out what makes them so great. I wanted to try CUSHIONAIRE. These are them. I got two different kinds. I've worn them both. They look brand new. They don't look like I've been wearing them. Well, maybe a little because you can see my foot. They don't hurt me at all. No breaking in. I went shopping in these. My family laughs at me because I call them my Jesus shoes. These. I call them my Jesus shoes. I don't know if they've seen me wear these, but they have these. They feel just like the Birks used to feel. Now, I will tell you, CUSHIONAIRE runs maybe like a smidgen shorter than a Birk. So like I wear a 9 and the Birks fit perfect. These, my foot comes right to the edge, right to the very edge of them. So maybe you'll want to go up a half size. I love how they feel, how they don't hurt, how I went shopping with my BFF and I wore these. I really have to break in a shoe before I can go shopping in it. Now, that's saying something. Now, are they built hardware and stuff like a Birk? No. I mean, it's not as good a material. But you know what? I can have 3 pairs. Different kinds. If you do a lot of walking, maybe you do want to go with a Birk. But if you're like me and you're really not doing a lot of walking and you want to have a variety, I'm perfectly satisfied with CUSHIONAIRE. They're going to last just fine. They'll last me probably 3 seasons, particularly since I don't wear them every day. I just wanted to make mention, if you don't have the money to replace Birkenstocks, or if you love Birkenstocks and you just, you know, maybe you could get 3 different kinds of pairs of CUSHIONAIREs instead. This is going to seem stupid to a lot of you. I know it will. I have got so many Bibles, it's not funny. Like I got the 1611 King James. I've got this King James, large print King James. Then I've got American Standard versions and, you know, all these different large print, medium print. But I didn't know about comfort print and journaling Bibles. So I wanted a Bible that I could lay in bed with and hold up with this, which is something else I want to tell you about, this reading lamp. Well, we'll come back to that. Anyway, you know, my Bibles, especially like the large print ones, you know how a Bible is. They're floppy, right? You can't lay in bed and read a Bible like you can a regular book. That was the deal. I wanted to be able to lay in bed and do my Bible. I wanted to be able to take notes and the pages not be so thin that you could see it on the other side. And so I searched for something, I don't know what I did, and then I came up with a journaling Bible. And look how small this print is. When I first got it, it almost went back because I thought, for sure, I can't read that. Yes, I can. I absolutely can read this. And it's because it's in something called comfort print. And some of you are going, really, Mary?
It's shameful.
I didn't know about comfort print. I guess the kerning and the tracking or whatever on it is, you know, whatever. But the point is that, of course, it's a journaling Bible. So I really love that I have room on every page that I can take notes. You know, I also wanted something hard back so that I could be like laying in bed with this reading lamp and reading. Roll over, take notes in the side. I love my new little Bible tabs that I purchased. Now, I know I didn't do a very perfect job on them, but I love that I have my little Bible tabs that match my color of this.
Blah, 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 right?
Sorry, let's talk about this.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, whatever.
Let me push it. Okay, see? You can change the color temperature here. You can make it a bright bluish kind of light, a tungsten kind of light. You know, I don't know if you can tell on my face, different color temperatures. This here turns it on and off. This middle button is the intensity, so it can be like brighter. This hooks onto your page, and this little head moves up and down and twists and shouts.
To the mashed potato, to the alligator. Twist and shout. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
Come on, you guys should know me by now.
Anyway, this thing is so nice and it recharges, does not use batteries that you have to keep. You know, I love this thing. And I've been able to lay in bed, turn on this lamp, even in a dark room, and be able to see and read that little print, that comfort print. I've been able to read that with this perfectly. It's amazing. But I've talked to you guys about this kind of product before. But some of them, after a year or so, they get kind of, after you've been using them in the dishwasher, in the microwave, you know, it gets kind of pitted or whatever. And then my son and his girlfriend decide they need to inform me that we should not be using plastic stuff in the microwave because it can leach plastic. I'm like, what? No. And she had these containers that were glass. This is a better way to do this. But I wanted to see, am I going to tear these up? Because this part is plastic and it's got this little ring in there, which you could pop out. But are these going to tear up? I know this won't. Unless I drop this on the ground, this should be fine because it's glass. See, the way this is made, this can come off. Not easily, but they can pop off there. All you got to do is pop it back on. See, it fits on that thing there. We cleared out the cabinets, and this is all we use now. So we ain't got no leaching going on. I don't have to worry about this getting pitted. For some reason, the other ones that I had that weren't glass, it was getting to the point where if I put leftovers in it and I warmed it up in the microwave the next day, I could taste it. Nobody else could. I don't know what it is with me and my taste buds and sniffer, but I thought it tasted like dish soap. Like maybe the dishwasher is burning dish soap into the plastic or something. I don't know. All I know is I really love these. These have been tried and tested, and you can count on this product right here. Deviled egg carrier, transporter, whatever. I'm pretty sure that you probably all have one of these. It's a double decker. Look how little it is. Is this enough deviled eggs for my family? No, it's not. But what I did was made the stuffing inside of it in a piping bag, and it was carded on top with the eggs, and I put a whole egg, so 2 pieces in each one of these, and then we had enough. When I got where we were going, I took them out, put them on the plate at my sister's house, and then took the piping deviled egg mixture and put it in there. But I carded them in the cooler in this. Because you know how it is. When you have to take deviled eggs someplace, it's kind of a real pain in the butt, right? To put foil over a plate of deviled eggs. So I wanted something like this. But the reason that I'm telling you is because I realized that you could take these out if you wanted. And where are you going to get a makeup holder carrier, a caboodle, for $10? You can put makeup in this, other kinds of makeup products in there. And then fasten it shut and you got a little caboodle thing for your makeup.
$10?
For 10 bucks? For 10 bucks? For 10 bucks? And now we're going to bring that game ads thing back around full circle. I alluded to these ads that you keep getting shown if you play games, probably on YouTube and everywhere else too, especially if you've ever looked into it. But I wanted to know, because we are spending money like everybody else in the world, hand over fist at the grocery store. And I thought, you know, would it actually be cheaper if it was just Shy Guy and I? Because I think within a year here, my son is going to leave the nest. And when he does that, I mean, his health issues, by the way, for those who have been wanting an update on my son, he is now living his best life. So I think he might keep the ileostomy bag. His life is so much better than it was that he doesn't even mind having an ostomy. His girlfriend doesn't mind it. He just had his final checkup with his surgeon, and he gave him the green light and was very proud that he has put back on all the weight that he lost. He now looks like my son again. Thank you for those of you who have kept up. There's an update for you. But anyway, I told him, I go, this week, you're not eating with us, okay? Because I want to see if Dad and I can do Factor meals. Not that you aren't getting reviews on Factor everywhere right now, and Home Chef and Green Chef and some other kind of chef, you know. Not that you're not probably flooded with it, but I'm probably one of the few people who hasn't been gifted the Factor meals to talk about.
Blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
I bought this with my own money. Now, this one I just went and got out of the refrigerator. I wanted to show you the meal. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you receive it. You take these and you put it in the microwave for 3 minutes in a plastic container, and it's your dinner. At Factor, you can choose several different kinds of meals. I decided that I wanted to get carb conscious because Shy Guy is a diabetic and I watch my carbs. So I wanted to get carb conscious meals. We got for the full week. I wanted to film how it looks when you open it and all this other stuff, but I was too excited. It does come in a little insulated igloo-ish kind of thing that protects it. No problem there. They probably give you like a solid week, maybe 2 weeks, that you could eat the meals fresh, and they come to you fresh. They're not frozen. You can freeze them, though. I've understood we've not had to. We have 2 left. I just showed you one, and that's what I ate all week. The thing that piqued my interest about Factor was that they keep saying that this is like grass-fed beef, range-free chickens, no additives, no preservatives. It's healthy food, and you're going to pay for that. So this is going to cost you more than if you were, say, even to go to the grocery store and get Amy's frozen entrees. And I was suspicious because I thought, you know, what's going to happen is this is going to be like rubbery chicken. The beef is going to be like not what I would put in there. You know, the one meal that I ordered was shredded beef in this Parmesan cream sauce, and I thought, you know that they're hiding bad cuts of meat under there, right? You know it's all fat. No, it wasn't. But anyway, I thought, let's see how this works. Can we have a salad and have one of these meals rather than to buy the beef and for me to cook it and all this other stuff? So anyway, I was expecting them to kind of not taste very good. They're delicious. These meals taste so good. To me, I think they taste as good as anything that I've ate at Applebee's or, you know, a restaurant like that. And it's in the form of a prepped dinner that's in your refrigerator. You just take it out and throw it in the microwave. I still can't figure out how they get that chicken and beef and everything and the pork chops and all that stuff to be as tender without preservatives, without, you know, meat tenderizer all over it. How are they getting it to taste like it's a meal that was just freshly prepared for you? That's what I want to know. Before last night, I would have told you if it was just me, single lady here, I don't want to cook for myself. I want something a little more than a Stouffer's dinner or a lean cuisine or something like that. It's enough food for me and a salad. I'm full. When I get done eating my salad, when I get done eating the meal, I've had enough. Not for Shy Guy, not for my son. They need double. So for me and Shy Guy, we would have to have 3 of those meals every time we ate. And they average out to be about $10 a meal. So that's $30. First night we had this chicken meal. I'll show you here because I only remembered to film this one time. Okay, so this was the first night. So that night, Shy Guy's stomach was bothering him. But, you know, every once in a while he goes through this, right? And I was fine. The next night, I was going out to dinner with my mom, I think. My mom and sister. We were going to get our nails done and go out to dinner. So I let him have his meal and my meal. That was pork chops and, I don't know, something. It's like loaded mashed potatoes and a veggie, green beans or something. So he ate his and mine that night. And with bread and butter, he was full. So 2 meals did it. But again, that night, his stomach was hurting him. And we thought, but honey, it can't be those factor meals because they don't have preservatives. They don't have, you know, it's all good stuff. He quit. Now I've got 2 of everything in the refrigerator and he can't eat it. Shy Guy and my son both got pizza on Friday and I ate his factor meal with a salad. Now that was shredded beef with some kind of creamy Parmesan sauce on it and herbed potato slices were under it, broccoli on the side. But that night, woo, I blew up like a balloon. And gas, I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, duh, broccoli. But no, this is not like I've ate broccoli lots before. I mean, like I went in my room and shut the door and like, don't anybody come in. Oh, this is terrible. You know how when you were little, your mom would give you a warm water bottle when your belly hurt? Okay, yeah, all right, so all that night. And I thought, was it that meal? I don't know. But the next night, I had the same meal again. So now I'm eating Shy Guy's meal. Same thing. It was so good. I wanted to eat that every day. I'm like, that's so good. I want to eat that every day. Was it a fluke? Because that was good beef. That was not shredded garbage hiding under a sauce. That was good beef. Same thing. Except, of course, I didn't eat the broccoli, just in case, right? But it was so bad last night that I went on the internet and I looked on Reddit, and there was like 155 comments on a lady that was complaining of the same thing I was, and like, how can this be? Nobody had a clue, but there was 155 comments on it, and I didn't read them all, but everyone I did read, same thing. I don't know what would cause that to happen. I'm kind of scared to eat the last 2 meals. So you might think, well, maybe it was, you know, bad. These meals arrived, they were cold. The blocks of ice that come in them are mammoth. It's not that. I looked at the ingredients. I can't see anything in there that would have done it. I'm not allergic to milk. I was thinking that's what it was with Shy Guy because he is lactose intolerant. And these sauces, the meals I picked are more cream based, and I should have known. Hello. But I'm not lactose intolerant, and I've been experiencing it, and I'm like, whoa. I loved how the meals tasted. I loved how they arrived. You get to try some new things because, you know, I learned to cook at my mother's knee. I've been cooking a long time, like most of you, and I'm tired of it. I'm in a rut. So it was nice to get to try new pairings of food and think, oh, well, that might be something that I could make. Convenience of the meals, thumbs up. Ease of preparation, thumbs up. Taste, double thumbs up. Cost, thumbs down. But, like I said, these are not your TV dinners at the store. That's not what these are. These actually taste really good. They're made with quality ingredients. So it would cost more. I can tell you, as somebody who goes to the store and gets the grass-fed, organic, no hormone beef, you can expect that these meals would cost more. And for me, I was thinking, well, if there ever come a time where like on a Friday night or something where the guys are having pizza, but I don't want that, I could do this and keep these meals for me. But the last 2 nights and the gas and the upset stomach and stuff, no, I'm not going to do that. So there you go. That's what I have to say about it. Have you tried Factor? If you have, weigh your opinions down below. Did this happen to you? What's your favorite thing about it? Leave all that below because we all want to know this stuff. Nobody wants to waste their money and buy crap. So we are interested in your opinions too. I want to let you know how much of a blessing you are to me and to, well, your brothers and sisters in the Fritzy family. Yeah, we as a all big family coming. Come here. Come here, let me give you a hug. I hope you're having a blessed day, but if you're not, go be a blessing to somebody else and watch how that turns around for you. And if the Lord is willing, I'll see you next time. Love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.